Hi, welcome back to Zim Wrench. Today's video we'd teach you how to calibrate a torque wrench. Torque wrenches are vital instruments for mechanics and for those who use technical tools for their cars, at home, or at work. Those who use torque wrenches know that there is a need for accuracy in the measurement and the usage of torque wrenches. This is because a wrong measurement can lead to a wrong setting. Also, a wrong setting will mean that pressure on the nut or bolt you are working on will be in error. It may be too tight, and this will cause the nut and bolt to break while your wheel is in motion. It could be too loose, and the nuts and bolts will fall off easily. This is the main reason for torque wrench calibration. The torque wrench many have been calibrated before, but sometimes the old torque wrench calibration may wear out. Hence the need for another calibration. A pro calibrator can do the calibration, but we reckon you are here because you want to do it yourself. And this is absolutely possible. You could do it using a torque wrench calibrator. In this video, there are easy steps for you to follow when you want to calibrate a torque wrench. Checking for torque wrenches calibration. Below are steps to checking for torque wrench calibration. Check distance between square drive and handle. The distance between the square drive and the handle is taken. Square drive of a torque wrench is that part where you add a socket. When the measurement is done, mark the 2 points on the tool. Also, write this down and keep it in a paper as you will need it later. Place the wrench on a vise and tighten appropriately. Put square drive only on the vise and let the handle be extended beyond your table or your working bench. Be sure that only that square head is under the vise so that the torque wrench can have the freedom to move. Tighten the square head on the vise and make sure it is tightly held. Remember that it should not be too tight so that your square drive does not damage. Calculate the right setting for the weight of the wrench. To check for the setting of your wrench, multiply the value of the distance between the square drive and the handle by 20 pounds or 9.1 kilogram. This will be your standard weight. The result of the multiplication should be divided by 12. Different weights will yield different results. For this video, we will assume that the distance between the square head and the handle is 16 inches. Multiply 18 inches by 20 pounds. The result is a 360 inch-pound. Divide 360 inch-pound by 12 and that would give you 30 foot-pounds. Place the weight on the wrench's handle. Get a rope and tie it to a 20 pounds weight. Let there be an opening to hang on the wrench's handle. Hang this weight on the spot you marked on your handle when measuring the distance between the handle and the square drive. Let your rope length be short so that the 20-pound weight won't be touching the floor when hung from the wrench's handle. Also, make sure that there is nothing else that supports the 20-pound weight when you hang it. This is to make sure that the torque wrench is actually getting the right weight. This is why you should not tie the 20-pound weight to your wrench's handle. Hang it on the wrench's handle instead. Recalibration or adjusting the calibration of the torque wrench. Reset your torque wrench with the weight. It is possible for you to reset the tension in the spring of your wrench. This is done by turning the screw that is on the midsection of a wrench's handle using a screwdriver. Place the 9.1 kilograms or 20 pounds weight on that spot you marked at the handle. Listen to know if the wrench would make a click sound. If the wrench does not click, fasten the screw a bit. Remove the weight, then replace it to check if it would click. Keep doing this until your torque wrench makes a clicking sound with the 20-pound weight. Remember to always lift the 20-pound weight off your wrench and replace it again to check for the clicking every time. Adjust the weight on the handle. Should the wrench click, pay attention so you can hear the wrench click when you place the click on a particular part of the handle. Once you hear a click, remove the weight from the handle, then place it further up towards the torque wrench's head. You should continue doing this till you can no longer hear the torque wrench clicking. Make sure the weight totally lifted off the handle and set down once more. Please take heed that you don't slide the weight up the wrench's handle. Lower weight on the wrench if the wrench is not clicking. The weight can be moved further down on the handle until the wrench starts clicking. This should be done if the wrench is not clicking as the weight is hung on it. Move the weight 1 inch at a given time. Note the points where the wrench began to click and stop. The points where the wrench started and stopped clicking are known as transition points. As soon as you get to the point where the wrench stopped clicking, make a mark there with your biro. Be exact and make no mistake. To be sure this is correct, try more than once at looking for that point by shifting the 20-pound weight along with the handle. Note the length between square drive and transition point. Using your tape, measure the distance between the square drive and transition point that was identified while using the 20-pound weight. Write down the number somewhere. For this, we will be using 25 inches. Be sure you do not mix up this number and the other ones you have previously written. Measure the torque applied. Assuming that the point of transition on the wrench with the 20-pound weight was noticed on 27 inches, multiply the 20 pounds by 27 inches to know the applied torque. So, for this, 27 inches multiplied by 20 pounds is 540. Dividing 540 by 12 will give you 45 foot-pounds. How to maintain your new calibration. Even though it is necessary to recalibrate periodically, you can at least make the calibrated wrench last for some time. To do this, you have to return your wrench to zero. The pressure on the spring in the wrench would shift if the wrench is not set back at zero. Do not throw the wrench around. When you are done, gently place it back into the toolbox until you are ready to use it again. Let the wrench be used as a wrench. It is not a hammer, do not use it to knock in nails. Do not go beyond the limit of your torque wrench. Once it clicks during usage, stop turning. Other things that can affect the calibration. There are a variety of things that can also make the torque wrench lose its calibration. Temperature. If the weather is too cold or too hot, it can affect how your wrench works. It is fine at an optimal temperature. If not, you would have to keep adjusting torque setting more often than not. Incorrect measurement. If there is any measurement that is not done correctly, it would affect your torque wrench calibration. Hence it is necessary to make sure that measurements are taken properly and precisely. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site www.zimwrench.com for more awesome wrench content like this.